Today I am going to discuss one reaction, two named reactions. Those are Bamford-Stevens reaction, Shapiro reaction. So what is this Bamford-Stevens reaction is? It is base catalyzed thermal decomposition of tosyl hydrozones of aldehyde and ketones to form alkenes. So the substrate for this reaction is aldehyde or ketone. Upon treatment with tosyl hydrazine, it is going to form tosyl hydrazone derivatives of aldehyde and ketone. This, whatever the tosyl hydrazone formed, if it is treated with strong base like metal oxides, usual metal oxides which are used in Bamford-Stevens reaction is sodium methoxide, sodium amide. So these are the strong bases which are used in Bamford-Stevens reaction, and the product you are going to get is alkene. And here you need to remember one thing, that product usually formed in Bamford-Stevens reaction is thermodynamic product. That is, more substituted alkene product will be formed. So these are the important things we need to know regarding Bamford-Stevens reaction. That is, substrates are aldehyde or ketone plus tosyl hydrazine, which will react to form tosyl hydrazone. That tosyl hydrazone, upon treatment with strong base, usually it is metal oxides, and it will undergo decomposition of tosyl hydrazone to give alkene. And whatever the alkene, if the starting material aldehyde or ketone we are going to use, if it is unsymmetrical, then there is chance of getting two products, that is kinetic product as well as thermodynamic product. But if we are doing Bamford-Stevens reaction by using metal oxide as a strong base, then thermodynamic product will be the preferred product. And here is the general reaction. Carbonyl compound, here it may be aldehyde or ketone. Upon treatment with tosyl hydrazine, leads to the formation of tosyl hydrazone. This tosyl hydrazone, upon treatment with base like metal oxides, it will undergo decomposition to give alkene. So this is the general reaction of Bamford-Stevens reaction. If we come for the mechanism, Bamford-Stevens reaction proceeds as follows. So tosyl hydrazone, upon treatment with base, there will be abstraction of this hydrogen which is placed on the nitrogen, and there will be formation of anion. Oh, this anion will lose tosyl group through the pushing of this lone pair of electron on this nitrogen. So there will be loss of this tosyl group, and it will lead to the formation of diazo alkene. So this diazoalkene reacts further to give alkene, but here the reaction condition plays a crucial role. If you use protic solvent, okay, then this diazoalkene is going to form carbocation intermediate. So how it is going to form carbocation intermediate is, in the protic solvent there is availability of proton, so this negative charge will shift here and this will move and it is going to take H plus, since we are carrying out the reaction in protic solvent, and this is the product we are going to get, and this is not stable, it is going to lose nitrogen, so nitrogen will be get lost and it leads to the formation of the intermediate carbocation. So this carbocation, since we are going to do the reaction in base, so whatever the base present, now it is going to abstract this proton and it leads to the formation of alkene. So this carbocation will be formed only if the reaction carried out under protic solvent condition. So what happens if we do, if we change the solvent to aprotic solvent? So if you take aprotic solvent, means the solvent which will not give proton. For example, if you take DMF, so it is a polar aprotic solvent, then it leads to the formation of carbene intermediate. So this is important. So in the examination, if they ask, or you need to see the reaction condition. So if it is mentioned protic solvent, then what will be the intermediate? Intermediate will be carbocation. If aprotic solvent is given, then the intermediate will be carbene, not carbocation. Then this carbene will undergo 1,2 hydrate shift, leads to the formation of alkene. So Bamford-Stevens reaction, if you are going to write the mechanism, then you need to be very careful that whether the reaction is carried out in protic solvent or aprotic solvent. If the reaction is carried under protic solvent, then carbocation is the intermediate. If it is aprotic solvent, then carbene is the intermediate. Anyhow, the final product will be alkene, and that too, it is an thermodynamically stable alkene. That is, most substituted alkene will be formed in Bamford-Stevens reaction. Now we will see one more named reaction, that is Shapiro reaction. So what is the difference between Bamford-Stevens reaction and Shapiro reaction is, the difference is the catalyst and product. Okay, anyhow you are going to get the alkene product, but in Bamford-Stevens reaction you got thermodynamically stable product, whereas in Shapiro reaction kinetic product will be formed. Okay, and one more difference, important difference, is the catalyst. Here the catalyst will be organolithium compound, that is, you can use methyl lithium or butyl lithium. Starting material is same, aldehyde or ketone plus tosyl hydrazine, and it is going to form tosyl hydrazone, but the base used is organolithium compound, that is methyl lithium or butyl lithium, and product is also same, alkene, but it is kinetically controlled product. Okay, so that is the main difference between Shapiro reaction and Bamford-Stevens reaction. Look at the schematic representation of Shapiro reaction. Carbonyl group, upon treatment with tosyl hydrazine, it is going to form tosyl hydrazone. So this tosyl hydrazone, upon treatment with 2 equivalent of butyl lithium at minus 78 degrees centigrade. So this is the difference between Bamford-Stevens reaction and Shapiro reaction. Why we are getting kinetic product is, at lower temperature kinetic product is more stable, but in Bamford-Stevens reaction we are not going to carry out the reaction at minus 78 degrees centigrade, we are going to carry out at higher temperature. So it is going to form alkynyl lithium. So this alkynyl lithium If it is treated with H plus, it leads to formation of alkene, or this alkenyl lithium can also react with electrophile. So we are going to get, instead of proton, we will have other electrophile. So this is one of the application of Shapiro reaction. So if we look at the mechanism, so tosyl hydrazone on treatment with butyl lithium or methyl lithium, but here it is 2 equivalent and it is going to form dianion. So there will be abstraction of proton on the nitrogen as well as proton on alpha carbon. So simultaneously these two protons will be get lost and it is going to form a dianion intermediate. This dianion intermediate, now it will lose this tosyl group. So there will be loss of this tosyl group. So there will be simultaneous shift of the electrons will take place. Okay, and leads to the formation of this intermediate, and this intermediate finally it is going to lose nitrogen. Okay. And there will be formation of vinyl anion. So this vinyl anion, if proton is used, then it leads to formation of alkene. Instead of proton, if we add other electrophile, then we will get the alkene substituted with different electrophiles. So this is regarding the mechanism of Shapiro reaction. So what happens if we treat alpha beta unsaturated tosyl hydrazone is, we are going to get conjugated diene as the product. So this is alpha beta unsaturated hydrazone, tosyl hydrazone. So if we have alpha beta unsaturated tosyl hydrazone, which is derived from alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound, if it is treated with base, then we are going to end up with conjugated diene. Okay, this is one of the application how we can get conjugated diene. In summary, so what we can summarize is Bamford-Stevens reaction. Here the base what we have used is a strong base like metal oxides, and whatever the alkene we are going to get, it is thermodynamically stable. Thermodynamic product we are going to get. So this thermodynamic and kinetic product will be decided by whether the carbonyl group is symmetric or asymmetric. So suppose for example, if you take this cyclohexanone or tosyl hydrazone of cyclohexanone, so this is an symmetric one. Okay, so whatever the alkene you are going to get, it doesn't matter. But if the tosyl hydrazone is asymmetric, then there is possibility of getting this alkene as well as this alkene. So this is more substituted 1 2 3 tri-substituted alkene, but here it is di-substituted. So in this case, this is the major product formed if it is Bamford-Stevens reaction. So these two are the important things you need to remember. So if I summarize Shapiro reaction, here we are going to use organolithium compound need to remember it is used in two equivalent, and you are going to get alkene kinetically stable alkene, that is less substituted. Means if you take asymmetric tosyl hydrazone, like if you take this tosyl hydrazone, if it is treated with butyl lithium and minus 78 degree, this is 2 equivalent, then there is possibility of getting these two product. Now in this case, this will be major product, so that is Shapiro reaction. So less substituted alkene will be the major product, whereas in the Bamford-Stevens reaction, more substituted alkene will be the major product. So these are the important things you need to remember. Thank you.